Welcome to this session. Today our topic is misconceptions about yoga. Just few hours ago, when I was preparing the notes for this lecture, I found two facts from a book. And today, at first, I will share these two facts with all of you. See, this is the first fact. The first fact is like this. A person appeared on a spacious desk. A person appeared on a spacious desk with a long rope in his hand. Spacious means which is wide, or we can say large. Spacious means large, and desk means a raised platform, or we can say stage. We know stage. So a person appeared on a large stage with a long rope in his hand. Clear? Drawing the attention of the curious audience, he threw one end of the rope and holding the other. He threw one end of the rope and holding the other. The rope went swirling up and stood vertically, quite unsupported in midair. Swirling means to move quickly with a twisting or circular movement. So swirling means to move quickly with twisting or circular movement. So the rope went swirling up means the rope moved quickly with a circular movement and stood vertically, quite unsupported, without any support, where in midair. And how it stood vertically. Next, the person using the vertical rope as a ladder climbed up effortlessly to reach the top and saluted the audience from mid-air position. This is the fact. What do all of you think after hearing this fact? That person has strange abilities. He is probably a perfect yogi. But if your idea is as I said it, then I will say the idea is not very true. This rope trick cannot be called as yoga. See the next fact. The next fact is a long-haired, half-naked person was seen. A long-haired, half-naked person was seen ready to enter a pit. A long-haired, half-naked person was seen ready to enter a pit, which measured 2 into 1 into 1 meter and had been dug specially for demonstration. So a person, half-naked person ready to enter a pit, and which had been dug specially for the demonstration. He entered into it, and then the top of the pit is totally covered so that no air could pass in it. So that no air could pass in it. The man remained inside for several days. He emerged out of the pit after a long stay, fresh and agile, with no symptoms of fatigue. This feat is called Bhugata Samadhi. He is a great yogi, the common folk think, but in fact he is not. In fact, he is not. The demonstration of Bhugata Samadhi, Siddhi, magic, mantra, tantra, etc. is what most people, even in India, associate with when they hear the term yoga. To summarize, there are varieties of misconception as associated with yoga. Let's see the varieties of misconception one by one about yoga. First, for many the practice of yoga is restricted to asanas, or we can say posture. But in the previous lecture, I already told all of you that it is not true. To become a physically fit is not the ultimate goal of yoga or yogic practices. Even ancient yogic text, or we can say one of the famous ancient yogic text, Yoga Sutras, which was written by Maharishi Patanjali. Yoga Sutras are dedicated to 3 asana only. Hatha Yoga, which are mainly dependent on physical postures, pranayam and cleansing techniques, diet restriction. Even Hatha Yoga can be said to be a preparatory process so that the body can sustain higher levels of energy. Even the ultimate goal of Hatha Yoga is Samadhi. Even the Hatha Yoga's aim not to become only physically fit. So it is not very true that the practice of yoga is restricted to asanas only. The process begins with the body. The process, which process? What is the main or ultimate aim of yoga? Union. Union between individual self with universal self. This process begins with the body, then the breath, the mind, and the inner self. This inner self is individual soul. Next, many consider yoga as an exercise and well-being regimen of the Hindus. But on the contrary, yoga does not adhere to any particular religion, belief system, or community. It is one of the most misconceptions about yoga. Yoga does not adhere to any particular religion, belief system, or community. Rather than yoga is technology of inner well-being. Yoga is technology of inner well-being. Next, some people consider yoga as mere exercise. However, yoga is much more than that. There is a huge difference between physical exercise and yoga. It is the integration of the mind, body, and spirit into one harmonious whole. It strives for attaining inner peace and union with the environment. It strives for attaining inner peace and union with the environment by means of quietening the constant chatter of mind, or we can say quietening our monkey mind, creating a healthy body and being at peace with who you are and the world around you. So it strives for attaining, it means yoga strives for attaining inner peace and union with the environment by means of quietening the constant chatter of the mind, creating a healthy body and being at peace with who you are and world around you. Achieving this harmony is at the core of yoga. Next, another common misconception that yoga should be avoided by pregnant women. But the fact is that doctors themselves believe that yoga is one of the best things women can do to stay healthy during pregnancy. Clear? Next, another misconception is too necessary to be flexible before starting yoga practices. But on the contrary, yoga can help anyone gain flexibility with regular practice. In conclusion, we can say that yoga is a complete system or a better a science or a way of life. Yoga, being a way of life, can be applied irrespective of age, gender, profession, state, condition, problems, and sufferings. It can be applied irrespective of age, gender, profession, state, condition, problems, and sufferings. Yoga can be applied in any human endeavor, personal, professional, social, family, and spiritual. So, these are the common misconceptions about yoga. The ultimate goal of yoga is union between Jivatma with the Paramatma, with the supreme power. Thank you. Stay tuned with us.